Hey, what's up, guys? We're here at Locals. We got a friend here. I'll let him introduce himself.
Hey guys, I'm Nick Hutchens, and I got 7th place at Digimon Nationals for North America last weekend. So
Awesome. And you're gonna show us a little deck profile here.
yep, we've got Mirage for everybody. It's a pretty standard build, but I've got a couple of decisions and things that I thought mattered, and then also some things that I might change going into the future. We'll see, depending on how the list looks.
Okay, cool. We'll let you get to it then.
Sweet. All right. So first off, we have the Bt7 Bongun, of course. So when you play Digimon from sources, you get to gain a memory. It's very, very good with Huang-kun, and that's the only thing that it does, but it helps you go up your stack more efficiently.
Cool.
Going into level 3s, we've got 4 of the good Galmon. Of course, on play, both players draw a card. Crazy with Huang-kun, crazy with scrambles, and then the inherited is just memory gain, lets you go up your stack, and also when combined with some of the level 4s, it gives you a significantly more efficient stack. And then Floodgates, we have just Madoki Betamon in this build. I think Mirage was the most important matchup to be prepared for in the weekend, so Madoki gave me a lot of play against the mirror match, but also just against a variety, mostly like Lv5 and the purple decks. And then the final rookie, we have 3 Betamons from Bt15. If played by an effect on play, you get to prevent a Digimon from attacking until the end of your opponent's turn, and then inherited jamming is the most important part. The jamming was super important. It's very good to, when you have the level 4s and the Thomas, to be able to swing and then tap to unsuspend and just guarantee get a check-in, or if you're using your Huang-kuns to do combinations of effects, then you get to basically get security attack +1 by swinging with your level 4s. So the Betamon, I think I would consider, if I had to run it back, I would probably go down to 2, and then maybe go down to 2 so that I could run Otamamon, just because the Demon Lord decks were very, very prolific over the weekend, but I only played against 1, so we were happy with having the jamming inheritable.
Okay, cool. Jamming's always good anyways.
No. Speaking of jamming inheritables, we've got the Galgamon from Bt16, inherited jamming, and then just one of the most insane when digivolving effects for Mirage in the game. Just when digivolving, both players draw a card, and then if your opponent has 8 or more, you gain a memory. Card is busted. I play it in Galaxy all the time. It's just excellent. 5 stars card. Other great card is Galgamon and the Chikemon. On play when digivolving, and then when digivolving, we're just bouncing level 3s. We have to get rid of our opponent's floodgates. It's like we play our Madoki Betamons, they play their Madoki Betamons, they play their Siakomons. We need to get rid of those, and then jamming inheritables on these 4s are just excellent as well. And then memory gain on the Galgamon is also just excellent. Okay. The 4s have their job, and they do it well. Level 5s, we've got the best blue level 5 in the game right now. Got EX6 Huang-kun. On play when digivolving. Generally when digivolving, you'll be playing a level 3 blue from your Digimon's Digivolution sources, so you get to play out either this Galmon or Madoki as a floodgate, or if your opponent has a big stack like a Magna X, you can stun it with the Betamon to keep them from hitting you. And then when paired with the Bongun, this turns this into a 2-cost evolution, and when combined with your scrambles or whatever else, you can reduce it even further. So it's just like a really, really efficient card that also keeps your board state up. And then when attacking inheritable, you get to tuck a Digimon under to unsuspend the stack, which is super crazy when you swing with something that has this, and then you get to tuck another one under, and then you can swing and you can use the new inheritable to do another attack. So card is incredible, one of the best cards in the deck. We have the Bt19 Huang-kun, which is powerful in its own right. We have an unblockable, inheritable, which is the most important part of the card, but blocker, and then until end of your opponent's next turn, your Digimon can't be deleted by a battle, or one of your Digimon can be deleted by battle. Just an excellent all-around toolbox card, and this makes it really, really easy to get past any blockers. We have 2 Pseudo Aces, of course. Pseudo Ace lets you trap your opponent with level 4s while you have a Mirage out. It gets rid of problematic sources. This is just an excellent all-around utility card, gets rid of floodgates. Great dude. And then the one of Mach Gauga. Honestly, I think the Huang-kun is better in the deck, and if I could run 5 of these and 0 of these, I probably would. But we get our unsuspend with Hexablau and when did evolving bounce to level 4. So just a clean level 5.
Cool.
Going into level 6s, we have the one of Hexablau for anti-Tamer decks and anti-anything that has very few sources, while also being, when combined with your level 5s to unsuspend, just being a 4-check guy, does a lot of damage. And then the namesake, of course, the dog that nobody wants to be around anymore. We've got Mirage. Everybody knows what this card does, but when Digivolving, we bounce a security or a level 5 or lower, and then all turns, once per turn, gain a memory for every 4 cards in your hand when an effect adds to their hand. Card is busted, doesn't need much more explaining, and it won so many games just by existing. Level 7s, we've got 3 burst modes, been between 2 and 3, but when Digivolving, bounce any Digimon, gain 1 memory for every 4 in their hand, and then when attacking, you get to, if they have 9 or more cards in hand, you can make them randomly bot deck cards down until they have 8, and then unsuspend, not once per turn. So there are a lot of times when your Huang-kun spit out this Gaugamon, you get to draw a card, and then they're back up to 9 cards, and then you get to go into your Bt7 Gaugamon. Both players draw another card, they're back up to 9, so you can just do that over and over and over again and just draw so many different cards while also attacking every single time that they do that. So, card is also broken. Honestly, I think this is the more problematic card even than this card, because this card by itself doesn't win the game very efficiently, but this card for evolving for 0, usually for positive amounts of memory because you have a Thomas out, especially when you're using this Thomas to unsuspend your stack and draw cards, and then tap it and bounce it and play it again and untap your stack again. You just kind of get to do everything in the world with this deck. So burst mode is an incredible closer for the deck, and then 1 paladin mode ace. Honestly, it never came up in the whole tournament. I would run it as a Gabubond ace personally, but I have the SP and it looks nice. And
So why not play it, right?
why not play it? And like, it has its upsides, it has its downsides, but I would have definitely preferred having a Gabubond in this tournament, mostly because the mirror match was so prominent. Having something where you have the same amount of sources is super, super important. But that's okay, it's searchable, it's good, does the thing. And finally, we have 4 blue memory boosts, 4 mental trainings, and 2 blue scrambles. And then tamers, we have Thomas and Thomas. This Thomas was not very good. It was okay, but I could have just as well played 3 of this Thomas and it would have been probably better. I chose to go with 10 of the options because it increases the density of the security effects that happen against your opponent. In finals against Lance, he was playing Levia and he did 3 checks and he hit scramble when I had a Mirage out and I had this Gal in trash, so got to steal back turn, and then the next 2 checks were boost, so that just immediately closed the game there. And then mental training is broken, of course, all of the trainings are broken. Best like turn 1, turn 2 plays in the game. Best searchers, just super consistent. Everything is findable, everything is powerful. Thomas is busted being able to get extra attacks for just tapping a Tamer or playing a Tamer for 3. Deck is crazy. It does a lot.
Definitely. What was your favorite like deck to go up against with this deck that you can remember from last weekend?
I think so. Like the deck has good matchups against a lot of things, but the most interesting matchups was probably Lv5. I lost against Momin, who got second, and I played against Lv5 2 other times in bracket, and I beat the other 2 Lv5s, and they were both very, very good games. Went to game 3. And against Momin, if I had seen level 6, then it would have probably also been a super cool, fun match. So very interactive. I don't like Lv5 X. Lv5 X does too much, but that's okay. I mean, so it goes, right?
Yeah. Well, thanks, Nick, and thank you for your deck profile, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
And congratulations.
Thank you.